Nightly greetings, one and all. William Theo here, homegrown, and happy to be bringing you the latest events unfolding here at home and all across the planet within the 24-hour news cycle. At the top of the news leaderboard, tens of millions all over the volcano-dotted archipelago of Southeast Asia's largest economy trekked to the polls beginning 7 this morning to cast their votes in today's presidential and parliamentary elections in Indonesia. And the early results from the unofficial early vote counts have the pre-race favorite ticket of Defense Minister Prabowo Subianto and Gibran Kakabuming Kaka taking the early lead on government-accredited pollster counts. The outstanding presidential ticket favorite chalked up a 55% vote tally with 60% total votes cast tallied or counted thus far as per quick count results of two independent yet consistently reliable pollsters. Securing 50% or more of all votes cast would suffice to win the presidential race outright, negating any chance of a runoff between the leading ticket and the ones right behind. And unofficial poll counts have the favored presidential ticket still leading the hunt with a 59.77% and 58.62% tally respectively. The quick counts from independent and accredited pollsters have been used and relied heavily on by candidates to declare their poll victories. Meanwhile, the Democrat-led Senate just passed a $95 billion defense and aid package for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan Tuesday. But the GOP-led House, taking its cue from former president and likely Republican nominee for the 2024 presidential elections, is sure to thumb this bill down after it voted to impeach Homeland Security Chief Alexander Mayorkas earlier today. VOA's congressional correspondent Catherine Gibson reports.
A crucial moment for $60 billion in aid to Ukraine, $14 billion in aid to Israel, and billions for Indo-Pacific countries confronting China as the U.S. Senate passed a major foreign aid bill Tuesday. President Joe Biden called on the Republican-majority U.S. House of Representatives to consider the bill.
By calling the Speaker to let the full House speak its mind and not allow a minority of most extreme voices in the House to block this bill even from being voted on.
Speaker of the House Mike Johnson said Monday the House would not take up that vote without changes to the U.S. immigration system. A tentative $118 billion bipartisan agreement that included some border security measures collapsed last week after former President Donald Trump encouraged Republicans to vote against sending more aid to Ukraine.
But let's say we give all this money. We were already into Ukraine for over $200 billion. And they could make a deal with Russia in the next 3 weeks, and all of a sudden they don't want to deal with us anymore.
Democrats hailed passage of the foreign aid bill as a key moment in American leadership in global crises.
One of the most historic and consequential bills passed the Senate, a bill that so greatly impacts not just our national security, not just the security of our allies, but also the security of Western democracy as we know it.
Republican lawmakers are divided over sending more aid to Ukraine, arguing the money is better spent on domestic security.
What we asked for is, as long as the administration had a high priority of supplying another 60 plus billion to Ukraine to help Ukraine secure its border, we thought maybe, just maybe, we could use that as leverage to force this administration to secure our border.
But 22 Republicans, led by Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, voted with Democrats, saying the stakes for U.S. national security were too high to ignore.
Our allies and partners are hoping that the indispensable nation, the leader of the free world, has the resolve to continue. And our adversaries are hoping for something quite different.
The U.S. sent the last round of aid to Ukraine on December 27th. An analyst tells VOA the delays embolden Russia.
For Putin, this is something of a triumph, and it makes Russia look like it's on the winning side of the trajectory, and it makes Ukraine look like it's, at the very least, sort of stuck or stalemated in the war.
House lawmakers are in session for 3 days this week before leaving town until early March. Catherine Gibson, VOA News.
Let's turn to our colleague in Pines City Studio for the latest development brewing in the Cordilleras. Eddie?
Dahil pagkarabi Pilipinas, doa Devoto, tinagipasad itinapatag ang misa para iti Ash Wednesday. Dahil ito pisyala panagrugiti Kwaresma para kaniti Romano Katoliko. Sigon kini Reverend Father Benedicto Villapa, isimsimbolo ti dapo ti panagbabawi ken itang aldaw, ti panawan ti panagbalbalyo ken panagsubli ti salinong ti Dios. Ti Kwaresma kano patapulong aldaw a panagmanaman na. Isaan na marukod a panagayat ti Dios kaday ti tattao. Rumbang lang ay pakita ti panagyaman iti namarswa. Saan lang ay ti panangibalikas iti panagyaman ng kitdi, ipakita babaan iti pudpudno a panagbalbalyo. No ti panagbanga ti Baguio City kat season of blooming, kinuna ni Reverend Father Benedicto Villapa mayaring matlang daytoy iti Lenten season gapota kay papanan na ti arig na panakarukat manipod iti panagbalin a managbasol.
Libro ng mga Salmo, it says there, "Who are we, mortal beings, that you should care for us?" No? At ating pagnilayan ang mga magagandang pinakita ng ating Panginoon. Though we are unworthy, He loves us so much. Let us journey together as one towards the Lord.
Ini sabali pa damag baro at teknolohiya ti indunar ti Chinese community ti Baguio Museum para ti edukasyon ken panakatalo ti arte, kultura ken pakasaritaan ang makita iti uneg ti museo. Innovation na meets art. Daytoy ti panggap ti baro a holograms ken standees iti Baguio Museum. Dati matikaw na teknolohiya ti Baguio City ken Northern Luzon ngayon donar iti Chinese Consulate in Lawag ken Association of Baguio Chinese Filipino Youth Incorporated para iti museo. Makita ti kinapintas ti animation iti daytoy a teknolohiya ang mabalin na makontrol baban iti smartphone. Inaldaw ang nakalukat ti museo ng sanpay ang mabalin na maramat ti holograms ken standees aging gagaputa kasapulan pay ang maisimpa ti sistema daytoy. Manamnama nga operational daytoy inton Hulyo kagiddan ti Filipino-Chinese Month.
Contribute a little bit of the 3D exhibition equipment to showcase this history to the children, to the younger generation, so that they can start from here, the museum, to a bright future.
This donation will not only empower us to preserve and showcase our heritage, but many other information materials with limited space. As you can see, we have 4 floors, and this is the last floor, but which will have a lot of information for you in holograms.
Bueno, tagitaman, tigitinamdamag, manipod iti PTV Cordillera, siya ni Eddie Carta, Naimbag Arabi, and Happy Valentine's.
Thank you, Eddie, and that's all for tonight. We look forward to bringing you tomorrow's late breaking news tomorrow, same time, same location on your remote and browser. Never forget to work hard, dream big, say your prayers, and give thanks while you catch the news right here. William Theo wishing you all a restful night ahead.